Hey up everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about the best group of UFC fighters and the worst group of UFC fighters to pull off a heist. Now before we get started, I'm just going to mention that this won't have any fighters from the past, like retired fighters as such. It's only going to be current UFC fighters, and each group is going to contain 6 fighters. And to start off, we're going to go with the best team. Now the first member is Alex Pereira. Now I've gone for Alex Pereira simply because he's very quiet, so it makes a lot of sense to have a quiet fighter on the best team for a heist. And not only that, he's very dangerous and has one-punch knockout power, which is exactly what we want. Let's say he gets caught in a scenario for a heist, he can easily just knock them out. It's plain and simple, you know what I mean? So that's why we've gone with him. The only words he actually says, well, it's just one word, and that's Shama. So I feel like it makes the most perfect sense to have Alex Pereira on the best team. He just literally is the best fighter to have a part of a heist. Joining Alex Pereira on the best team, we have welterweight champion Leon Edwards. Now, I've gone with Leon Edwards because he's very, very technical, quite good and well-rounded. And not only that, again, he's quite quiet, you know. Maybe a few mumbles from him here and there in a Brummy accent. But other than that, he doesn't really talk that much. So I've gone with Leon Edwards. We need technical fighters like him, you know, who know what they're doing, very, very skilled, and can get the job done, and that's exactly what we need on the best team. After Leon, I've picked Peter Yan. Now, I've gone with Peter Yan mainly because I'm very, very biased and Peter Yan is my favourite fighter. But not only that, because he is very skilled and he's got that dog in him. And we might need that dog if we get caught in a bad scenario when on this high. So I've gone with Peter Yan. Again, very technical, very skilled, a very solid fighter. And again, he's got that dog, and it makes the most sense to have someone like that just in case it goes tits up. For similar reasons as Peter Yan, we've gone with Max Holloway. You know, he's got that dog in him. Everyone knows this. He has amazing cardio, so he'll be able to see out the entire heist. Not only that, but he's also very, very skilled. And he has a good bit of verbal every now and again. He has a few good comebacks, like he showcased against Brian Ortega. So if we get stuck in a scenario where we need someone to be quick-witted, Max Holloway is our guy. And again, he is a very skilled fighter, and this team's just full of very skilled fighters. Next up, we have the pound for pound king, and that is Islam Makhachev. Now, we've gone with Islam Makhachev because how can you have the best team and not have the best fighter in the UFC? That makes no fucking sense to me. So he's on the team, very well-rounded, knows what he's doing, very, very reliable, and very, very talented, and that's exactly what we need on this team. And then to finish off this, we've gone with a wise man. We've gone with Jose Aldo. Now, I class Jose Aldo as the wise man, the Gandalf of the group, simply because he's got the most experience. He's been doing this for fucking, you know, about what, 20 years probably? I don't know how long it's been. He's been fighting longer than a lot of people who are MMA fans have actually been alive. So it makes the most sense to have Jose Aldo. He's very old, but he still operates at a very high level, like he displayed against Jonathan Martinez, a very skilled fighter, and he's able to guide the group with that wisdom and experience that he contains. Now that the best team has been assembled, let's move on to the worst team. Now, to start off with the worst team, we've gone with Sean Strickland. Now, this is because he would just get into arguments with other people who are in the building. You know, I don't know what they would argue about. You know, they might have different pronouns, and Sean Strickland would start arguing with him. Start, you know, just going off on a fucking tangent about some random shit. You know, saying he's willing to die for the country. Saying he's willing to go to war for the country. And then he'll just end up going for a fucking jab decision with a few teep kicks and just jab everyone inside. And so that's why I think he'll be the worst, be a part of the worst team. After this, we've got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, the nice guy. You can't have a nice guy on the journey of a heist. You know, it just makes no sense. So that's why we've got Wonderboy Thompson on the worst team. Yes, he has all the tools to get the job done, but he just wouldn't be able to because he is the nice guy and won't be able to get it done. He would actually end up helping out all the civilians and all the staff, in order to, he'd be like, oh, do you want me to call the police as we're trying to get the heist done, and would fuck up everything. He would be a nightmare to have on your team when it comes to a heist. After Wonderboy, we have arguably the greatest fighter of all time, and that is Jon Jones. Now, you may be questioning, Alfie, why have you put him on the worst team? When you said for Islam Makhachev, you need the pound for pound best, and Jon Jones is arguably the greatest of all time. I'll tell you why. All the things that happens with Jon Jones outside of the sport is why he's on the worst team. This guy, maybe he would see someone, maybe he would see a fellow dealer, and then he would be like, oh, mate, have you got any fucking sniff on you? And then just want to do loads of bags of cocaine like he has in the past. This could be a strong possibility in a bank, and he'll get caught up, and, his ego as well isn't the best. Someone goes to you, oh, John, I don't think you're the GOAT, mate. I actually think Dominic Reyes beat you. He'll lose his shit, go on a massive fucking rage. I think he would kill off a load of people. If he's had a bit of a sniff and now someone just pissed him off, it would go all tits up and the heist would not be successful. That is why Jon Jones is on the worst team when it comes to a heist. Joining Jon Jones, we have a fellow fighter who also loves to sesh, and that is Conor McGregor. Again, he can operate at a very high level, and he does have a very good verbal game if they're stuck in a certain situation. However, if he sees a dealer like Jon Jones does, well then, we know how it plays out. This guy likes to punch old men at bars, and I don't see it being any different here. You could probably just pick someone up and you're like, here you go, mate. Do you want some proper 12? They'll politely decline it, and he'll just fucking start taking everyone's jaw off. And that's why we can't have him on the best team, and he ends up on the worst team. Also joining the worst team is Khamzat Chimaev, and this is simply because he would run into the bank, and start screaming, I'm going to smash everybody, kill everybody, and then someone would have the common cold, maybe sneeze next to him, and then straight away, his weak immune system just wouldn't be able to hack it, and then Khamzat would be out for 5 months, he would flatten down on the floor, and he wouldn't be able to get up, he'd be like, smash everybody, but really the common cold has taken him down, and he can no longer commit to getting the job done when it comes to the heist, and that's why he gets on the worst team. You got to factor in that he's very, very loud, very, very reckless, but other than that, he would be a nightmare to have a part of a heist. And then to finish off the worst team, we have Jamal Hill. Now, I've gone with Jamal Hill because by the time he enters the bank, he would still be thinking of his loss to Alex Pereira at UFC 300, saying that, the referee played a factor in the knockout, saying how it's disrespectful about Alex Pereira knocking him out. His head wouldn't be in the game, and that's exactly what we need on a heist, and Jamal Hill just doesn't give us that, and that's exactly what we need. He keep coming up with excuses, even if he was able to get past a mental block of, thinking about Alex Pereira, his father, then he would just end up fucking up, and he wouldn't be able to take responsibility and make so many excuses and would fuck up the entire operation. And those are the two teams that I think are the best and worst at being able to pull off a bank robbery. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Let me know your best team and let me know your worst team. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.